Hello and welcome to Minor Snap, your weekly dose of NFL madness straight from the land of tea, drizzle and dodgy kickoffs at 2 a.m.
Yep, while America's finishing their wings and beer, we're here in the UK trying to stay awake through overtime with a cold cuppa and a questionable delivery.
Each week we're breaking down the biggest hits, the wildest plays and all the chaos from around the NFL, with a little bit of British banter to keep it all real.
We'll talk touchdowns, trades, terrible coaching decisions, and the eternal question: will the Jags ever move to London?
So strap in, grab your snacks, and let's dive into another week of Minor Snap, where NFL meets Nando's spice levels.
So I don't think this is going to slow down. What a week again for some NFL headlines. Ryan, what are we kicking off with?
Wow, there's some big ones this week, but I guess the one that's got everyone talking, Brian Daboll's been fired by the New York Giants. The Giants have terminated head coach Brian Daboll after a 2-8 start this season. I mean, a bit of a downfall for him. 2022 was coach of the year, so that is a massive, rapid downturn for the franchise. Does indicate, though, a serious organisational frustration and potential major changes ahead for the Giants. Coaching changes mid-season often ripple into the roster decisions, franchise direction and future draft strategies. I mean, I guess to look out for, who will actually replace him? I guess they'll have a look on how interim coach Mike Kafka performs and whether the front office shakes up the supporting staff.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because there had to be more than just the results, because you will see it was always going to be a transition year because they brought in rookies in key positions. When your offense is going to be rookies, when your best part of your D-line's rookie, your best wide receiver is a second-year rookie, it's always going to be a rebuild. But there's rumours in there of how he's handled the Jackson Dart issues and the Scatterboo, and
someone's going to come in there with a nice little roster on their hands there, aren't they?
Oh yeah, definitely next year. If the interim cut, if Mike protects them, it's we'll see. But talking of second-year rookies, my boy Caleb Williams dazzles in the win for the Chicago Bears, orchestrating a late-game comeback to secure a 24-20 win, which could have taken Brian Daboll's job from him. But he's being called generational talent here. It's he's starting to show, isn't he? He's starting to kind of show what can happen when you've got a offensive line in front of you, and you've got someone who knows what they're doing on the sideline. Get a bit of protection, and and they're having fun as well. There's some lovely trick plays.
Yeah.
And it kind of raises questions, doesn't it, over other teams' quarterback evaluations and playoff hopes. And is he going to be able to handle the pressure moving forward? Big game this weekend. Big game. It's
the man at the minute. He's on a good run, isn't he? He's looking good, yeah. Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
Well, talking about players who are playing with form at the minute, Jonathan Taylor, take a bow, son. He's elevating that MVP case with another huge performance at the weekend. He delivered a massive outing. Well, we're talking 224 rushing yards and 3 tutties. I mean, that is definitely helping his cause for some MVP recognition.
I think for me, it's got to be some big play in the Super Bowl by a QB to take it off him.
Yeah, I mean, form-wise, you can't look past him at the minute, can you? He's definitely in the conversation, so fair play to him.
And they've shown over the last few seasons, it's not always the Super Bowl QBs and players get the MVP, are they? It's yeah, either ones that can't handle the pressure. Yeah. And talk about not handling the pressure.
Oh,
the Bills suffering a serious setback with the loss to the Dolphins. What happened, man? 30-13.
Turn up.
Yeah. But what that gives a question, doesn't it? It's you can't just turn up for the big games. And even then the big games, it's that was a serious loss. This one, you had a close lot. Your other losses have been close games where you've been in it and it's been things. But this was dominated by the Dolphins.
Which is not a nice thing to be saying.
It's not at all, is it? It's that lack of rushing attack, wasn't it? That was out. It's.
I sometimes wonder, and we'll probably cover it as we go through the games coming up, but maybe we're coming a bit too predictable at the moment.
Yeah. The teams at the moment, the big teams have a dual threat, and having the failure to bring in a wide receiver, I think in the trade window, could be it, couldn't it? It's you need to have that. You can't just rely on Cook and
Shakir, pretty much the ones getting the ball at the minute with Kincaid being out. Not good for the Bills, but turn it around this week, guys. It's all good. Beat the Bucks, and faith will be restored.
We're talking about beating the Bucks. Bob Gronkowski isn't going to retire at the Bucks, is he?
No, I mean, they're saying now he's going to sign a one-day contract with the Pats to retire as a Patriot. I mean, that's quite sweet, actually. Like, the legendary tight ends announced a ceremonial contract with the Patriots after his playing career, which recognises his legacy with New England and probably his place in NFL history. Fans often cherish these formal retirements, and it does bring a bit of closure to the nostalgia.
Yeah, it's it was good, isn't it? Because earlier in the season, as at Rochelle, he was re-signed for one day, wasn't he, by the Chargers, so he could retire with his jersey. It doesn't cost him anything, does it? And it's just an appreciation it shows to the fans, to the organisation and franchise that they put their bodies on the line for.
I mean, I like it. I think it's quite a nice thing to do. I like that.
I think I like that a lot better than the retiring of the jersey.
Yeah.
I think it makes a good aspect, isn't it? You know you've done well for your franchise, don't you? When you start and end your career on your Wikipedia page, you'll be there.
Like it.
Yeah. But then that brings us to the end of our headlines for this week. Catch you in the next section when we review last week's games.
Welcome back, Snappers. Let's have a look at the review of the Week 10 games and see how we got on with our predictions with Cal and Gary from last week. And we don't start off with a classic by any means. The Broncos edged out the Raiders 10-7 in a gritty defence-dominated Week 10 showdown. But they did extend their winning streak to 7 games, the Broncos, so fair play, Broncos.
Yes, we could have welcome there on that key highlights. The game ended. There we go. That's a key highlight.
Key highlight.
Yeah. So how can you have more penalties than first downs? It's crazy, isn't it? And Bo Nix throwing for over 200 yards for nothing.
Yeah. Not bad going.
Yeah. And then special teams. Oh, Raider Ross will not be happy. He loves the special team. And Daniel Carlson, 48-yard field goal. That's pressure, isn't it? Tying the game. Yeah, but
I did think if they catch that, they score that field goal, you never know. They tie it up or even nick it in. Yeah, tie it up to all get in front. Then it's a different game for it. So
that's the two aspects, isn't it? The 2 points, isn't it? The blocked punt in the third quarter, and then the missed kick in the fourth quarter. Special teams let Special Ross down.
They did indeed. This game definitely wasn't one for the offense. I mean, the game featured 15 punts, with both offenses struggling to find really any rhythm in this one. I mean, the Broncos' offense was particularly sluggish early. I mean, they were going 3 and out on their first 4 drives. But I mean, despite the win, Broncos coach Sean Payton acknowledged they do need to clean up the execution and definitely on their penalties.
Definitely, yeah. And you say it wasn't a game for the offense. I never found it offensive.
But I guess what it means, though, the Broncos improved to 8-2. They remain top of the AFC West, which is good. So they are showcasing they are, well, defensively again, one of the most forbidables in the division. Not looking good for the Raiders, though, is it? They fall to 2-7. It's a bit of a downward spiral for the Raiders. 6 losses in their last 7 games.
They must have something in mind. Giving away Myers. It's but Jaunty again, another touchdown for him. So at least he's keeping his season respectable.
Yeah,
and the score keeping down. So Max Crosby again and some points there. Yeah, let's move on to a better game here. With the New York Jets stunning the Cleveland Browns 27-20, powered by historic special teams players, and then a breakout performance from Brees Hall.
I mean, yeah, there were some key stuff happening. I mean, special teams feat, the Jets scored touchdowns on both a kickoff return, 99 yards, wow, and then a punt return as well for 74 yards by Isaiah Williams. The first time in franchise history they've done both in the same game. And as you called out,
173 yards.
Man, that is good going, isn't it, out of the two things?
Yeah.
This is where you wanted special teams.
Yeah.
Exactly. Brees Hall was dominant, though. He racked up 132 rushing yards and a tutty himself. And he also got 58 receiving yards and then another tutty as well. I mean, including the 42-yard screen pass from Justin Fields that gave the Jets the lead in the fourth quarter. Will McDonald also had a monster game. The Jets' edge rusher recorded 4 sacks, tying a franchise single-game record.
Yeah. Which just shows, doesn't it, how awesome Myles Garrett has been. And so if other franchises have 4 sacks as a record and he's knocking 5s out, that's
pretty
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But on the other side, rookie Dylan Gabriel, whilst he shows some flashes, he's definitely not one for pressure, is he, at the moment? 6 sacks. It's not
what you want, is it?
It's not what you want, is it? And it's strange, isn't it, that they still won't look at Shedeur. Not even minutes. After just give Gabriel a bit of a rest from being beat up.
The worry for him, isn't it? Like, they might be too late in the end for the Browns, and then Shedeur, if he does look good, too little too late for the Browns.
It definitely, yeah. It's I don't know what they're playing at, but yeah. But that's 2-7 now, isn't it? It's equaling with the Jets.
That's not a record you want if you're the Browns at the moment, is it? No, you're equal with the Jets. Everyone's right to get off laughing, but
yeah, getting the win on the board as well after trading away Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams. It shows they've got a plan in there, doesn't it? With do they have like 20 of the first 32 picks or something racked up?
Probably next year.
Yeah. I think they're going for a whole new roster in the draft, aren't they?
Next year, Jets fans, Super Bowl.
Exactly. And talking of Super Bowls, 2 teams who have their eyes firmly on it: the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both of their last Super Bowl wins were with the same QB and the same tight end. But the Pats extended their win streak to 7 games and showcasing their explosive rookie talent.
Man, it was a good game, wasn't it? I definitely wrote off the Pats thinking this would be a Bucs win, but Trayvon Henderson, wow. The Patriots rookie running back stole the show. 147 rushing yards, 2 long touchdown runs. I mean, a 55 and a 69-yarder, including the game-sealing score in the fourth quarter. Drake May continued his stellar season again, throwing for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, including that 72-yard bomb to Kyle Williams. Baker Mayfield, though, did put up a bit of a valiant effort. He threw again for 273 yards and 3 tutties as well, connecting with rookie Agabugo and Trey Johnson. But fair play to New England. I don't like to say it, but good win.
It was indeed, but Baker Mayfield puts those numbers up against anybody else to win.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so it's whilst it's a good win for the Pats, they're allowing a lot, aren't they? Yeah, yeah. And if you think that it's 3 long touchdowns as well for them, if they get some, is it a bit too one-dimensional? Is it?
You're right, and do you know what? I've seen a lot of this on the Pats recently, and there's no disrespect to the season they're having because they're having a wonderful season. But they are looking a lot now for the long ball, which you look at a lot of the time. And if you're coming up against the Pats now, they're always looking to go deep at the moment. The Pats when Drake May gets it, so you're thinking, hang on, is this something we need to have a look at if you're a team now? Maybe that's a way of stopping them, and then
it's and then their run game really is relying on a rookie.
That's what I mean. So
we look at it's like they've almost found a hidden room in the Gillette Stadium there with Bill Belichick's old notebooks and playbooks.
Yeah,
exactly that. Yeah, and I think Drake May has taken that following in Brady's footsteps a bit too much, isn't he?
Yeah, it's that point. But I mean, good news for the Pats. It does solidify their AFC East lead, which I'm not overly keen about, proving that they are legitimate playoff contenders. And then for the Bucks, they do remain top of the NFC South, but their defense shows some vulnerability against some explosive plays. So I'm hoping my boys from Buffalo can exploit that in the week coming.
Exactly, because your boy Josh has got an arm on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he'll be looking to try and utilise that next week.
Exactly. And is Kincaid back next week?
I'm not sure. Not sure yet. Yeah, I don't think they've said.
But the rookie coming in, he's the guy coming in. He's not doing too bad, has he? He had 50 yards on that. But yeah, so we'll see you next week.
One person who is back though, Lamar's back. The Ravens defeated the Vikings 2017-19 in a Week 10, powered by takeaways, explosive plays, and as I say, a resurgent Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it's last week was it four touchdown throws last week? But again, it's just efficiency, isn't it? 325, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, 3rd straight win. This is what we talk about when we're looking at elite QBs. That difference maker that he's feared, and they feared the run, didn't they, as well? But he can throw. It's yeah, and some clutch play as well, weren't it? Is there with Andrews, tight end, caught for the 2-point conversion in the 4th quarter. Yeah, so it's looking good, isn't it, for the Ravens there? That turnaround from 5-1.
You think they were? Yeah, they were 1-5, weren't they? Now they're 4-5. What a turnaround for them! And now they're looking like playoff contenders again, aren't they? At this point, so
you look at the way they played in some of that game. It's will they be beat again?
Yeah, that is a really good. It's a really good point. I mean, it didn't help for the Vikings. They had some costly mistakes this week, didn't they? I mean, they were helping the Ravens a little. McCarthy struggled. He threw 2 interceptions. I mean, he took the blame for 8 false start penalties. I mean, calling the team 13 total penalties unacceptable. That is not a good outing for old JJ.
It looked like he was trying to make up for last season and the beginning of this season all in one game. He just looked so eager and so pumped and so hyped. But he was showing what an elite quarterback was. His opposite number had him. It's so with that they are only 1 game behind in the AFC North lead, and the Vikings now looking like the playoffs could be a distant dream.
It's hard in their division though, isn't it, with some of the teams in there, and you say everyone else is starting to pick up. They're struggling.
The NFC North is
It's insane, isn't it? One team that wasn't struggling this week, the LA Rams. Woo! Who's got a lot of love for the Rams? I have this week. They dominated 49ers 42-26, led by record-setting performance from old boy Matty Stafford and that relentless offensive attack.
Old Papa Stafford.
Man, he was on fire, weren't he, this week?
Yeah. 4 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions in 3 consecutive games. It is now when we talk about him being in that category.
He's got to be in that conversation, isn't he? Like, of players. I mean, longevity-wise, he's insane, isn't he?
Yeah. But, to be fair, he's got things to throw at, hasn't he? Oh, Davante Adams and Puka. Both with catching touchdowns. And Adams holding in Stafford's 400th career touchdown pass.
I'll tell you what, everyone always used to rave about Davante Adams, and when I saw him at the Raiders a couple of seasons ago, I know he moved on last year, I can't remember where he went during the season last year, but I was like, you can see the ability there, but this year, since he's gone to the Rams, him and Nakua are on fire, aren't they? Yeah. Good God.
Exactly. I think he's also helped out Nakua, wasn't he? So he got a bit of rough treatment, didn't he? Rough attention after his blistering start.
Yeah.
And now with that dual... Again, we keep talking about that dual threat, don't we? It's where do you focus your energies on defence?
It'd be hard to watch. It'd be hard, wouldn't it?
You deny space, they can rush you. You triple double team on Adams and Puka's there.
It's hard work. And you do know what? A really good segue, man. I mean, the 49ers really struggled defence this week. They allowed 401 total yards in the game and touchdowns on the Rams' first 3 possessions. Mac Daddy, well, he weren't no Mac Daddy this week. He threw for multiple scores, but he couldn't keep pace with LA's offensive firepower. I mean, it doesn't help that the 49ers are quite depleted in the defence. I mean, highlighting a bit of depth concerns now as they are chasing for that playoff spot.
But we talked about it all season, haven't we? How well they've done to kind of keep themselves in that contention. And it must be difficult for the coach every week looking at like going into a change room on a Monday morning and just like seeing more players in the treatment room than in the changing rooms. Yeah. But the Rams, 4 straight wins, neck and neck with Seattle for division lead. We talk about the NFC North being tight, but the NFC West is tight as well, isn't it?
There's some good teams in there as well, isn't there?
The Seahawks, the Rams, the 49ers. Yeah. Yeah. But as we started off our recap with a high-scoring game. We'll end it with a high-scoring game. As the Eagles edged out the Packers 10-7 in a very defensive-heavy Monday Night Football showdown with a scoreless first half and then some clutch plays in the final minutes.
I mean, there's some good things going on in the game. I mean, Jalen Phillips' debut impact, newly acquired linebacker, made 2 game-changing plays. I mean, he received a fumble from Jordan Love before halftime, and then he helped stop a 4th and 1 late in the 4th quarter. Devontae Smith got that decisive touchdown. I mean, Hurts connected with Smith on a 36-yard strike with only 10.5 minutes left, giving the Eagles that 10-0 lead. Packers did get on the score sheet, though. Josh Jacobs punching a 6-yard touchdown with 5 minutes remaining, but the field goal attempt by Brandon McManus fell short, and then time was all over for the Packers.
64-yard. It's
a hard one, isn't it?
This year, when we're looking at the Jags and the Cowboys and knocking them in from here, there, and everywhere. As a coach, you've got to think it's doable.
Yeah,
but not on Monday. And do you know that Monday that was the first 0-0 halftime score on Monday Night Football since 2009.
Wow. That is a long time.
16 years since the since that happened last.
It's a good stat. Stat of the week, that one. God.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah. Not start of the week. There is Jordan Love, 20 for 35 for 157, with the Packers only reaching the red zone once. But again, we look at that 16-play drive from the Eagles and didn't convert with a fumble down near the red zone. That's just not. But they found ways to win.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, a hard game, you'd say. I mean, not many people fancy going to the Lambeau and coming away with a win.
No.
So take it, move on to the next one if you're the Eagles.
Definitely.
I mean, they're dominating in their division now. I mean, winning their 9th straight against NFC North opponents, so they'll take that. But not good news for the Packers, though. Another defeat, which with offensive woes continue to plague pretty much their playoff hopes. But you don't know. We said they were a dark horse, so they're not a team I'd want to go against at the minute.
No, but they're. So who's joint top of the NFC North?
Oh, good question. In the NFC North, that would be. Is it the Bears? Well, joint with the Lions. I'm looking at it. But the Packers.
A lot of people said that the Bears would be the whipping boys.
They did. A lot of people were slating them. I'll give you it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're getting there.
Bad for the Packers, though. You say they've dropped to 3rd now, so they will be looking at that thinking. But a hard division, probably the hardest, I would say.
Yep. Join us after a short break as we preview this week's choice games.
Welcome back, Snappers. Let's have a look at game week 11. Lee, what are we starting off with?
We're starting off with the Pats at 8-2 hosting the New York Jets on Thursday Night Football. With the Pats heavily favoured to extend their 7-game win streak. But the Jets of late have kind of turned things around a little bit.
They have, mate. I mean, the Pats, as you just highlighted there, they're riding high with 7 straight wins. They're led by Drake May and the explosive rookie running back Trayvon Henderson. I mean, their offense that's been lethal. They are scoring 28 plus points in the 4 of their last 5 games. And then, as you just said, then the Jets, who were started off 0-7, have now won 2 straight, including a special teams fueled upset over the Browns. I mean, that is even despite trading stars like Sauce Gardner and Quinn Ewers. They are showing some resilience.
Yep, there is some issues there, and the top receiver, Garrett Wilson, looks like he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. But then, if they can keep it tight, their special teams have been on fire. But then that crazy arm of Drake May as he's pushing for that MVP, and we've given him a bit of abuse on the show. But only to upset our friend Danny Boy. He's got some stats in there. 2,600 plus yards, 21 touchdowns with just 4 interceptions. And his deep ball accuracy and poison the pressures really transformed that offense. It's just as we said at the top of the show, is it still one-dimensional?
That's what I wonder now. Like, will the Jets suss this out this week coming into it? And then, I mean, what you got to look out for? I mean, as we were saying then, can the Jets contain May and Henderson, which could obviously work in the Jets' favour? Justin Fields now has lost another receiver, which is going to make it even harder for Justin to find his rhythm. I mean, but is this a bit of a slip-up before the tougher matchups come ahead for the Pats? Are they going to take the foot off the gas and think this is an easier game?
Exactly. It's mental, isn't it? You got to keep that play every game as though it's the Super Bowl at this point.
100%. And on that basis, I'm going for a Jets win.
Yeah. So I was a bit unfair to the Pats last week with the Bucks, but I think that especially with Wilson's injury, I think the Pats will win this. It's not going to be as one-sided as we would have thought a few weeks ago, But I still think they're going to come up tops on that. So moving on to the Vikings hosting the Chicago Bears. This is a pivotal clash in the NFC North, with playoff implications for both teams. Because some are still saying the Bears will enter as a slight underdog despite their recent surge, as they sit joint top with the Lions on 6-3, and the Vikings 4-5.
Yeah, you're right, mate. I mean, the Vikings' recent form is not good. They've lost 4 of their last 6 games, including back-to-back home defeats, which is not good for the Vikings. JJ McCarthy has shown some flashes, but he's struggling with turnovers and penalties. And then the defence has been very inconsistent as well. I mean, they've been allowing big plays, and they've really been struggling to get off the field on third downs. I do like Jordan Addison, though. Like, he's been getting me some good fantasy points, in all fairness. He does remain a reliable target. But I do worry. I mean, that offence does need more rhythm and probably fewer more mistakes to stay a bit more competitive.
Yeah, and I think with their inconsistent defence, what's not been inconsistent is the Bears' offence. They won 4 of the last 5 games and after a slow start, and their offence ranks 3rd in total yards across the entire league. Caleb Williams has finally settled in. He's showing poise and creativity, not just in throwing. He's making some moves as well. He's got a couple of touchdowns. And Rome Odunze, he's not really been talked about, has he? He's kind of going under the radar a little bit. He's emerging as a dynamic threat after the catch. And with the news that Swift was approached to leave for megabucks in the trade window, and he's told the fans he's happy here. It was his choice to turn down a mega $1 million moves. So that's a good sign, isn't it?
The form that the Bears are on, with Ben Johnson coming in now at the helm, you can definitely see improvements. And Chicago is a place you probably want to be at the moment if you're looking to definitely grow your career in there. I mean, that's an up-and-coming team again now. And like you say, with Caleb Williams and co. Rome Odunze, you're right, mate, probably much underrated at the moment this season. It's a good start for him. I mean, this game's going to be a bit of a turnover battle, I imagine. The QB pressure, I mean, if the Chicago's pass rush side could overwhelm McCarthy, I mean, he's been sacked 12 times in the last 3 games. And then a win, though, for the Bears, though, definitely strengthens that wild card position, doesn't it? And then a defeat to the Vikings could really derail any postseason hopes. So, Lee?
I think that win for the Bears, though, is not just the wild card position. That's a playoff place. And it's in there. It's putting pressure on the Lions, I think, with that. But it's just could be an interesting game. I like that tight end as well, Loveland. He
looks good.
He looks good. It's good, but it's I've got to go with my Bears.
I'm with you, mate. I'm going for a Bears win this week. I actually think the Bears are starting to look good. The Vikings are struggling a little bit. I think the Bears' momentum will keep them going.
Yeah. So
that moves us on to another classic this week. There's some big ones this week. The Chargers visit the Jaguars, with both teams again fighting for playoff positioning in a high-stakes AFC showdown. But the Chargers look like they're entering as probably slight road favourites.
Yeah. Justin Herbert for 9 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the last 3-game win streak. Yeah, and with Quentin Johnston and Gerald Everett stepping up, and running back Austin Eckler. That's again that dual threat, and that pass rush is ranked top 5 in sacks and pressures.
They're looking good, the Chargers, aren't they? They are looking good. And then when you look at the Jags, they're sort of reeling after blowing a late lead to Houston last week. Trevor Lawrence has been really inconsistent. We've called him out a few times. He needs to start changing his game and earning those big ones. But he can be dangerous. They do have some key players in Calvin Ridley and Travis Etienne Jr. I mean, they offer explosive potential through the offense, which has really struggled really in the red zone. And then defensively, Jacksonville, the secondary's allowed 250 plus passing yards in 4 straight games. That is not good defensively.
If you're giving any quarterback 250 passing yards, but you're giving it to Herbert, he'll take that all day long. Yeah, so I think that quarterback duel with his efficiency and then Lawrence's volatility, that could define that game. With that Chargers converting 48% of third downs, that's in the top 5. And the Jags, bottom 10 for theirs.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I am going, only because the form they've been on recently. And Jags, for me, are just a bit inconsistent. And I think, again, this is a real big push now as we're getting close to past the midway point now where teams starting to need these wins. So I'm actually going to go for a Chargers win. What are you going for?
Despite the negative talks and aspects, I think this is one of the things where the Jags are inconsistent. And I can see the potential for an upset. So I think I'm going to go for maybe a special teams win.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. For the Jags. As they put pressure on their divisional rivals. So into the next game. Oh, I think we should skip this one. Oh yeah. We don't want to hear any more about that, do we?
No.
Yeah, so we got the Buffalo Bills hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both boasting a 6-3 record. And both wanting to rebound from tough losses. The Bills are slightly favoured here, but could injuries make it a closer contest?
I'll tell you what, this is a must-win game for us, and we are pretty much injury-plagued in terms of defence. We've only had 3 defensive starters have played every game this season. Christian Benford and Taron Johnson are both out, and rookie DE Landon Jackson has been sidelined. There's still some concerns in offence with Dalton Kincaid. I mean, he exited last week with a hamstring injury, so we don't even know if he's fully fit for this week, which then leaves my boy Joshy with even fewer reliable targets. But he has had some form. He struggled a bit last week, Josh Allen, but the reigning MVP, he has been producing. So if Buffalo's offensive line can get going, I think we might be all right this week.
Especially when you look at the vulnerability defensively from the Bucs, allowing 3 long touchdowns against the Pats really exposed their issues in their secondary. If you look at the, so to me, if Kincaid is fit to play any part in the game, he could have a field day out there. But on the flip side, with that injury-plagued defense, Ibuka is a big player.
I like him. I like what I've seen him this season.
Exactly. It's I think him and Trey Johnson, they've got some big playability. I think that if they can protect Baker Mayfield, there could be an upset.
The Buffalo D need to be up like they were the Chiefs the other week. Play like that should be good for us. Which then on it, I mean, the turnover margin. I mean, the Buffalo is +8 on the season, while Tampa is -2, which is a key edge for the Bills. It's a big QB duel this week, isn't it? I mean, you got Allen's mobility and arm strength versus shake and bake's grit and improvisation. It's really a classic game. This could be. I mean, red zone execution. The Bills score TDs on 68% of red zone trips. I mean, tush push, a lot of that help at the time. Whereas top 5 of it, Tampa ranks 22nd. So this has got the makings of a good one. Both teams a bit injury plagued. I obviously, you know where I'm going for a win, Lee. So what are your thoughts for this week?
So I think that last week was a fluke. I think it'll be the same kick at the backside they got from the bye week, and we'll come out fighting. So I'm going to go for Bills win.
Yeah, boy, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
2 teams now, though, that just can't seem to lose. You got the LA Rams, who are 7-2, host the Seattle Seahawks, who are 7-2, also setting up a high-stakes NFC West showdown between 2 of the league's hottest teams. People are saying the Rams are slight favourites, mainly because they are at home, but it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that Matt Stafford, MVP level, as we touched on earlier. 5 touchdowns, over 400 yards. with Davante Adams and Puka Nacua running for fun. And then Williams has got a little bit of bounce on the ground to get him those. All it does is it just moves that defense back, makes them think a little bit, and then opens up the space for Adams and Nacua. Boom. But Seahawks, nothing to be beyond. About 7 of the last 9, is it they've won?
You're right, man. I mean, you're right. They've won 7 out of the last 9, and they do boast the top 10 offense and defense that's constantly improving weekly. And then you got Sam Darnold there, who has stabilised that offense, and he can spread that ball so efficiently with some of the people he's got to aim for there. Then they got some defensive weapons as well. This is a good game for 2 teams 7-2. This is going to be a real close one.
Yeah, it's on those quarterback duels we talk about now. It's could this be the undoing of Darnold when it comes to these pressure moments? We saw last year how he folded in the playoffs, but old Papa Stafford, he's been there, he's done that, and he's doing it. It's not.
Yeah.
He ain't no Rusty Wilson and slowing down, is he? He's speeding up.
He looks insane at the minute, doesn't he? And you're right here. I mean, is this the first game where the Seahawks come into an away game thinking, oh, this is going to be a lot harder. The Rams have got some good momentum behind them. I wouldn't want to be following Adams and Nacua around all afternoon. That's going to be a hard day for anyone.
But then we look at that top conversion rate, third down efficiency. 77% of third downs are converted.
Wow.
But the Seahawks allow just 34% of conversions to top 5. So that is a big fight there, isn't it?
That's going to be a classic game this week, isn't it? Like
defense. And the winner takes sole possession of first place and bragging rights in the NFC West. Yeah. So I think I know who you're going for here, because
I've
got a soft spot.
I've got a lot of love for the Rams. I don't know if I've said it before. And this is a good one. I mean, if the Bills weren't playing the Bucks this week, this would be my viewing, I think, for the weekend, because this has got the makings of a right classic game. I am going the Rams because I just think they're at home, and this isn't because I've got love for them. I just think they're at home. They're playing the Seahawks, who are also on good form, but it's in LA. LA win.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow suit. I think the Rams will be too good. The points are staying in the SoFi.
I like it, man. I like it.
So, talking of teams that are on good form and good wins, we have the Broncos hosting the Chiefs, with AFC West supremacy on the line. Even though the Broncos are 8-2, the Chiefs are slight road favourites. But I think with the home dominance and that win streak, it's making this a marquee matchup.
Oh, 100%. I mean, this is, in terms of division rivalries, this is a game in it. But to your point, Lee, the Broncos have won 7 straight games, and they're 5-0 at home this season, so it's not going to be no easy game for the Chiefs here. We've always called out the Broncos' defence. They are dominant. It ranks in the top 5 in sacks and takeaway, led by Baron Brown and Patrick Surtain II. And Bo Nix, little Bo Peep, will he find his sheep this week? He has shown some poise, managing games efficiently, and he does make some clutch throws really late in games.
It is, but only if he's let off a leash. If he can get out on the field on his own, without his guard dogs, he'll be up.
Do you think sometimes with Bo Nix, he's like, do you know what, I'd rather be losing. I like to be losing, give me a chance.
Yeah. But so many times this season, the fourth quarter, he just dominated. And clutch throws late on. If they came out, to me, you can't do that against every team. It's relying on your defense there, and sometimes, and if it's a fully fit Chiefs team, they're no slouches.
Do you want to be doing that against the Chiefs? You don't want to be losing to the Chiefs in the fourth quarter.
No, it's. We look at Andy Reid. He's 22-4 after bye weeks. Yeah, but then Mahomes, he struggled with turnovers. But I think mainly because it's inconsistent receiver play. It's Travis is putting some good numbers up there, but his wideouts, Worthy's been in and out, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's not been the player from last season. Pacheco's trying. Rash is come back in. But I think that their defence has kind of kept them competitive, so they're ranking the top 10 in points allowed. Not quite on the same level as the Broncos in defence. I just think they might have a lot more on the offence. And if it comes to a close game, or the Broncos are a bit tentative, I think Coach Reid could take advantage of that.
I think so, but what an opportunity here. You've had a rest week, so the bye week's been, and if you're the Chiefs, what an opportunity for you. You can snap 2 records here in one game and really turn this division on its head. You can end that 7-game win streak and end that perfect home game record. Then also it gives you another big boost in your division. It takes a win off the Broncos and steps you that one closer to the AFC West. It's going to be a good one. I'm all excited for this one.
I think it's going to be. I think it's possibly, to me, the game of the weekend.
Oh, I think so. This has got the makings of being an absolute classic. Lee, who are you picking? If you had to pick someone to win.
To me, we're all winning because of the games this weekend. It's the fixture gods have been great, but sorry, Gilly, I do think the Chiefs will. This is their make or break. We've said that a couple of times now, but I think there'll just be enough. It's going to be a close game. I think when it comes down to it, I think the creativity from Mahomes and some of the players from Coach Reid is going to be that little difference maker.
I think
if Little Bo Nix had been taken off the leash a lot more in those first halves, especially, I think he could have dominated this game. But the hesitancy to play when either even not losing or it's not late in the game could be their undoing this week.
I think so. I think for the Chiefs as well.
I still think they'll win the division though. I still think the Broncos will take their division. But
so. It's going to be a good one. I'm with you, mate. I actually think this is a must-win for the Chiefs. If they lose today or this weekend, saying today, if they lose this weekend, they then play the Colts, and we know what form the Colts have been in.
Yeah,
I know we've said it a couple of times, but it could be game over for the Chiefs, couldn't it? That could be the end of their playoff hopes if these games don't go their way. So, but on that turnaround, this is where I think they do turn it around, and I actually do think it will be a Chiefs win.
Yeah. It's that double-edged sword, isn't it? Every time we say that this is a must-win game, they're down and out now. I'll say they're out. They pull something from somewhere. But,
you think that if they lose this weekend, that's 2 defeats on the row with a game against the Colts coming up. Ooh, could be 3 defeats on the bounce.
Exactly. So that wraps up our preview for this week. Make sure you join us next week to see how badly we did at predicting these games.
No doubt. Welcome back, Snappers. It's that magical point of the season. It's the halfway mark.
Yes, indeed. Injuries are piling up. Coaches losing sleep. And that's just the 49ers. We have fantasy teams hanging by a thread. And us. But we're handing out imaginary awards like it's the NFL Oscars.
But on that, there's no tuxedos, there's no speeches, there's definitely no music cutting anyone off. We are just 2 blokes, a mic, and some brutally honest opinions.
And probably a few will regret by week 18.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm sure what we're saying now, we'll be like, what did we go with that? But
yeah.
On the main one that we're going for first, our mid-season minus snap MVP. So this is the big one. Mid-season MVP for me so far, and I can't knock him for the season he's had so far, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, he's just been awesome. I don't think I can no disagreement from me on that one. He gets the second vote from me there. It's for both of us there. Both our mid-season MVPs are the boy of the Colts.
Here's your award, Mr. Taylor.
Yeah. So time for the painful one. Our biggest disappointment so far. So for me, it's the Bengals. So they spent the entire off-season writing a documentary and forgot to cast a real cast. They've got no plan B. So it's like no Joe equals no hope.
So that's not a bad shout. I haven't gone for the Bengals, but you are right with the Bengals side of it. They have been a bit of a letdown this year because their early season couple of games, everyone's like, oh, the Bengals, they look like they could actually be a real playoff contender this year. And then Burrow's gone out and they're just like, oh, what do we do now? We've got literally
when you spend 80% of your budget on 3 players, it's
yeah, that is a big letdown. Sorry, Bengals fans, you have been let down this year so far. Yeah. I've gone for the Dolphins, even though they beat the Bills at the weekend. I was sort of bigging them up at the beginning of the year. I was like, and I think even as the games have gone by, I've been like, they'll turn it around. They've got too many good players. Tyreek Hill got injured. Tua's not just he had a great game at the weekend, don't get me wrong, but they've just not been consistent. A-Chain looks good. They've let me down. The Dolphins should be doing a lot better than what they are this season, is my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Did 2-7, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, not good enough for a team of their players.
Yeah.
Takes us on to the offensive player of the year. So, right, I think, again, this is an easy one, and my mid-season MVP takes this award to Jonathan Taylor. Take a bow.
Yeah, you can argue with that. He's been pretty spectacular and just so consistent.
I do have some honourable mentions, though, Lee. I would like to call out old Granddaddy Stafford, because I think he's been mega. We just obviously highlighted him earlier on today. Oh, he's been brilliant. But I could not have a Bills player. So, my main man had been there. James Cook, cracking season so far, Mr. Cook. Good stuff.
Yeah. It definitely shows. It's when you're talking of MVP players and things, it's when you take them out, the team's flat.
Yeah.
And he was missed the game, did nothing. But I think this is, we come to our first difference here, because my honourable mentions go to the ever-consistent C-Mac. And the man who is putting out numbers without his main man, Jamar Chase.
They're good shouts, actually. C-Mac has been insane. I think we called him out a few weeks ago. Not only rushing, which he's predominantly known for his rushing yards, but also his receiving yards have been amazing as well. And then, you're right, Jamar Chase, he's different level, isn't he? He is different gravy. I can't go against you there, mate. Good shout.
Does anybody else score any points over there?
He's the only one doing it, isn't he? I think.
Yeah. He's going to have a bad back, isn't he? Yeah. So on to our Brick Wall Awards for Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think it's a surprise for many, but I'm going for Myles Garrett. But with honourable mentions there to Micah Parsons and TJ Watt for me.
All three absolute units. And I'm with you, Lee. It's been so easy for me to pick the defensive. Myles Garrett ahead above everyone. He's been doing ballet spins before breaking offensive lines. It's like he almost wants to be in the Avengers, pretty much. He is all over, isn't he?
Hulk smash.
He's literally that. He's just smashing through players this year. I do have to give a big shout out, though. Jordan Brooks, he's impressed me so far this season.
Yeah.
And my main man from Buffalo, good old Joey Bosa.
Biased.
I promise you, there's not a Bills player on every award, which we'll actually probably see on this one now. So, offensive rookies of the year. So we're on to the noobs. I mean, there has definitely been some rookies lining up this year and showing no fear. But the man with 27 receptions, 469 yards and 5 TDs. I am going for the man we struggled to pronounce, Egbuka. He looks like a seasoned player this season so far.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me. It's as Egbuka's been awesome, and as has Tyler Warren. I think the award is going to Jackson that for me. You look at a man, 1,400 passing yards, 10 passing touchdowns, 317 rushing yards, and 7 rush touchdowns. It's like a breath of fresh air for the game. But he's hoping his rookie year isn't his only year, and that the Giants start to look after their prize asset.
Yeah, I do worry for him, actually, in that sort of team at the minute. If someone coming in can look after him, we said earlier on, someone comes into that Giants team now, a new head coach, and he's going to have a top QB for years, a franchise QB he's going to have for years now, taking them forward. So, good shout. I like him.
So on to our defensive rookie of the year, and there's been some absolute monsters. I think the Eagles have picked a gem there in Jihad Campbell. But I'm going to go for a clean sweep for the Giants rookies and go for the man, Abdul Carter.
He's been amazing. I've got to agree with you there. They've both been great. Plus a shout out to Gray Zabel, who's been putting out some extremely impressive numbers of late. 90.8 pass block win rate and an 83.3% run block win rate. Good going, man.
As a rookie, it's incredible numbers.
That is good stats, isn't it? I like a stat. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So, our breakout star of the season. And this is quite a hard one, actually, because there's some players here you're like, wow, you have been mega this year. And like you say, where did you come from? For me, he has to go to Puka Nakua. He has been everywhere. He's the type of man you'd want catching that fallen baby. He does not miss anything.
Exactly. Puka Nakua, it's obviously him. I'm going to throw in Dan Jones there. Just when you think he was finished, but he's riding high with some impressive numbers over in Indianapolis.
No, you're right, man. We actually said to him that this season could be really defining for Dan Jones, didn't we?
Yeah.
And not everyone's raving about him, but stats speak for their own. The Colts are on fire, aren't they? If he wins a Super Bowl this year, there's no denying him. Like, what a turnaround in season that is for him.
Exactly. What about that coolest moment of the season?
What I've loved in this year, and there's been loads of them this year, which I actually really like, the one-handed catch. But you're seeing him at the minute. Is it Isaac Tesla from the Lions? He had he caught 2 one-handed catches in 2 games in a row. I love it. They're cool for me. That's my cool moments of the season so far.
Yeah, pretty cool, aren't they? And they look so impressive. But I'm looking for Jordan Davis. This end-of-game field goal block. Pickup and the 61-yard run for a touchdown.
I forgot about that, actually. That's a good shout. That's a really good shout. That was a mega run as well, weren't it? God.
Yeah. As he gets towards the red zone and he's looking over his shoulder.
Yeah. I think it was cool, when he running 19 miles an hour at some point, they were clocking him out, something daft like that. Yeah, that's a good shout, mate. I like that one. Then we got the What on Earth Was That award. I'm actually going for my boys. See, I'm not always biased, everyone. Rams versus the 49ers. OT. The Rams have a choice to go for a field goal or run it for first down. The Rams go for the latter, ultimately losing the game. No thanks, Rams.
But I think I've got to go for that snooze fest of last week's Thursday night game. With more penalties than first downs. It's not a game that anybody wants to watch it again in a hurry.
No, I think we'll be forgetting. I think they've actually got to play each other again later on in the season. I don't think anyone will be one to watch.
Who was your unsung hero?
Now, this is a good one. When we had these on our list of mid-season awards, I must admit, there's probably quite a few I could call out. But I tell you who I think actually does deserve it. Sam Darnold. Let go by the Vikings last year. Moved on to the Seahawks, and they are having an absolute storm of a season. And I mean, this man's hardly even been mentioned by anyone.
No, it's the same for me. I think there could be regrets on the season over in Minnesota with their recent QB struggles. Even with their main man coming back, I think it would have been good for him just to have a couple of runs out, have some time to recuperate whilst Sam was in there consistent. Because you could have Dan Jones in this, but he's in the spotlight now, whereas Sam is running totally under that radar.
But it might change. They beat the Rams this week, then maybe he will be thrown into that spotlight there, because that would be a massive statement win for Sam Darnold this week.
Exactly. And as we mentioned in our preview of the games, is this the moment when he's in that spotlight, like he did in the playoffs last year, is he going to choke?
Yeah.
Just make
He's
up
definitely
for our
unsung this year,
hero.
mate. Yeah, he's definitely unsung so far.
Yeah. So who's going to win the lot then?
Let's go, Buffalo! I can't see past my boys, the Bills. If you want to win at Buffalo, this is the season to do it. Your last season at the high mark. Let's all go out and end on a winning season. I've got to go for the Bills.
Well, it's more that first season at the new high mark when they've got the banner hung.
Exactly. That's what you want to be.
Stars doesn't mean to go in there, but I just think it's going to be exciting playoffs. And this year, I think there's way more teams in the mix than there has been over the past couple of years. But I'm going to go for a team that knows how to get across the line for me, and that's the Eagles. I think as it stands, I'm going to go for those boys in green. However, if that wind changes, who knows?
You're right, mate. I tell you what, they're a good shout. They are a good shout. The playoffs are going to be fast. Every time the NFL shares what the playoff picture looks at the minute, I'm like, wow, that'd be an amazing game. Oh, that'd be an amazing game. The playoffs are going to be insane this year.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to have like 20 TVs set up. I'm going to have everything on.
Yeah.
Watching every angle, and it's going
to be brilliant. So there we have it. They are our Mind the Snap mid-season awards. There was 10 categories. Plenty of bad takes probably, and a few we might actually get right, but who knows?
Yeah, I think people can bookmark this episode, then they can look back and laugh at us at January, at how wrong we were.
Well, that just about wraps things up for today's episode of Mind the Snap. Big thanks for sticking with us, and we hope you've enjoyed the ride.
Absolutely. And if you want to keep this conversation going, you can find us on Instagram at Mind the Snap Podcast, or over on X at Mind the Snap Pod, and of course, TikTok at Mind the Snap Podcast.
Make sure to give us a follow, drop us your thoughts, and let us know your hot takes. We do love hearing from you guys.
We do indeed, and get involved. Let us know your mid-season MVPs, and also our rookie thoughts, and let us know where we're going wrong. So don't forget to tune in next week to see how we do with our predictions. And as usual, we're diving into more NFL action, stories, and the usual spicy debates.
Until then, thanks for listening. And remember,
Mind the Snap.